So third question is the count of subset sum with a given sum. That means in this that we understand the what is the problem statement initially. Then after that we will understand what is the similarity and code variation, how to initialize that and code, and the return data types. So first of all, what is a problem statement? Let understand that. So if I give I know the subset sum problem is what they want to convey, that the if any array in array we have to given the two things, a array and a some value or a target value, in which if any sub array found whose sum is equal to target value, then I have to return the true. That is the problem of the subset sum. And if I in this problem, what is the variation between the that problem and this problem is that in that question I have to return only the true or false value. Whether I found the subset sum equal to the target, but here I have to return the how many are subsets sum whose value equal to target. For example, if you have the given 5 2 3 10 6 8, this is the array, and the target is the 10. In this question the target is the same. How many subsets that possible with having the 10? 5 2 plus 2 comma 3, this is a one set, and 2 comma 8, and 1 is a 10. Only the three three subset of found whose sum is equal to the 10. I have to return here 3. Similarly, if I talk about the next question, there is a 2 5 1 4 3, and having the target value is a 10, and output is a 3. That means there is a 3 subset are found whose sum is equal to the 3. And if I similarly, if here the target value is 3, and note that there is all the value of the arrays whose sum is greater than 3, who are greater than 3, that's why it return 0. Similarly with it, understand the what is the problem and what I have to return. I already recall you how is a subset sum. The problem is it's similar with the it's similar that the similar with the subset sum problem. Suppose I have to find a array. I have to found sub array which having the sum equal to a target. That is the similarity of the code solve problem, the subset sum problem. And if you want to more similarity with the knapsack, there is an array and the target value. I can select this one and I cannot select this one. This is one of the similarity between this is. Now if I talk about the code variation or the return types, is that I want to tell one thing, that what is the meaning of the table. For example, if this is a table, if the system want to know that the whether the subset sum, if the problem is want to know that the whether the subset sum is possible or not, that means true or false, then in this table we store the true or false value. If the return type if the problem statement want to the sum, what is the sum, then in this table we store the sum value. If it want to know that the how many subset, for example they want to know the how many subset are possible, so in this table we store the in this table we store the sum value, not a true false. We store the sum value. What are the sum, count. And if the system want to know the maximum length, so in this table we store the length. So depending on the return type, I will store this I will create the table of the DP, top and down, top down table is created depending on the what are the return type and what the question has asked. So if I talk about the initialization of that thing, so there is a two thing. One of the target there is a similarity in the subset sum. I have to return the row and false. In here I have to return the count. What are the only the difference is the return type. Code variation, in subset sum initialization. If you know that the in subset sum what we do, this is place represent that the array with index. Actually it return the index, and this is a target value. Here is the target value is the target or the sum value. If the sum is equal to 0, if sum equal to 0, that means if sum equal to 0, I want to tell one thing, that how to create a table, and this all the things. For example, this is a table. In this table, having the three indexes, and if the target sum is 1, 2 and 3. If this is a target, and this is the value of. If target equal to 0, then all we have the one option, that there is a subset possible whose sum is 1. And if the target is 1, but there is no element in the array, so there is not possible we will find the quantity of the subset sum. So if I talk about the code variation, if I want to say that I told you that this thing is initialized with the 1, but take a condition that if I give the condition like that, there is an array in which having the element like that. So there is a one possibility that the one empty subset is possible. There is another possibility that the 1 minus 1 and 1 is also possible, and there is a one possibility that the minus 1 and 0 is also possible. In that case, I cannot say if the element having the three element, for example minus 1, 1 or 0, and target sum is equal to 0, but I have the only one option. Is this option I only consider, so I cannot initialize it with the 1. What I want to say that I cannot initialize this whole the things with 1. For example, here is I can say that the how many subset sum are the possible whose values is equal to the target value is sum of elements inside of that is target equal to 0. There is a 3 subset is possible. I have to fill here 3, but I can initialize this one is all. If there is an array whose has a 0 element, and if I want to know that how many subset are possible without having a 0 element, in that case this is initialized with 0. So this all the things are the initialized with the 0, but we cannot initialize this one. That means we cannot initialize this one. So this we have to find it before the initializing that. So if I talk about what are the code variation, I will top and down things I have considering here. Top and down things. We have the given the array, and the target value is given, and we take the length, and I created a DP table which have the initializer and +1 and the target +1, and the whole things I have which what I have did here, that I have initialized this all the things with having the 0 indexes with 1, but I doesn't require to do this all the things. I doesn't require to do all the things. I have to leave it as it is, and if talk about this part, if there is a subset and having 0 element and the target value is having 0, then in that case there is only one subset is possible. That's why this part is filled with need to fill with the 1. So initialize with this part is a 1, and this all the part has been initialized with the 0. There is no need to putting the 1 in whole this part. only we have to put 1 at the beginning of this part. I have the 0 0, this all the things. And this is for the initializing of the from the index 1 to till now, for the all column having row number is 0. This is a possible thing. Then after that after having the initialization, so this part is over, this part is over, and this part is over. Now if I talk about the this is the main part, is that main part is for this is it started with this point, started with this point, that the having the 0 element. And note that here is j equal to 0, that means he started with this column, and it started from the first row and it started with this column. And why? Because I have told that there is a possibility that the having 0 in that array, there is a two subset, one of the empty and another is considering one element. So it started with the 0, and the j is less than of j plus plus. Then if the target value is if target value, that means this is the j is a column which is indicate that target. If target value is greater than the current index current value of the an array, then we store that t of the I comma j, t of the I comma ij is equal to the t of the I minus 1 and j minus current value of the current value of an array, plus t of if I include it, I have to subtract it. If I am not including it, then no need to subtract it. And else, if the target value is not greater or equal to the current element, then not greater or equal to the current element, then we have not included it and just call to the previous state. And I have to return the last value of this table, which is an comma target. This is the code of the DP code. Similarly things I have done here, that the first of all I have created an array. First understand the recursion, then after I will tell you that the what are the memorization. I have created for number and the target value and the length. If there is no need to write these things, but I have written here. If the target equal to 0 or index equal to 0, then I have to return the 1. Otherwise, if index equal to 0 and target is not equal to 0, or maybe the possibility that the target is a negative, so I have to return the 0. If index this is for the memorization of the things. If t is greater than the current value, then I have the two options, whether I have to include it or I have to exclude it. If I include it, then I have to subtract it from the current value, tr minus target value minus current state, and I have to go for the lower function. And I have done here is that the addition. Why I want to know if I including it, there is a subset value, and if I excluding it, there is also maybe possible that the whose value is a sum to the this one. Then that's why I have added here, and I have to return these things. If I talk about the downside, there is also addition is happening between them. If I talk about the subset sum problem, there is or operation is happen with them. And equal sum partition in that problem is almost equal to the subset sum problem. I have to play with only the target value. And there is two more questions, that the minimum subset difference, in which that I have to also play with the target value and having the same trick also. This things is over. And if I want to check for the visible pointer, it's visible or not, where it's visible or not, I want to know. And